Hey, let's head out to Ann Arbor, Michigan, shall we? Take a pulse of the program for the Michigan Wolverines. We'll talk about it right now. Before we do that, though, make sure you're subscribed to the On3 YouTube channel. Michigan fans, we've had a lot of y'all get dialed in by subscribing to the channel. If you haven't yet done that, no time like the present. Big one week 2 at Oklahoma. We'll have a preview for you when that game happens. I don't think you're going to want to miss our predictions for the season. Don't think you're going to want to miss anything around your Michigan Wolverines when it comes to what's going to happen in 2025. The best way to do that and the best way to let us know that you want more content around your football team is by subscribing. So thank you in advance for locking in. But as I mentioned, what's the pulse of that program out there right now under Sharon Moore? Sat with this one for a while because I think there's a lot of different ways you could maybe unpack how Michigan feels right now, in-house at least, with the way they finished the season and the Bryce Underwood flip and all those things. But like right now, I think if you wake up a Michigan fan today, if you wake up in that building in Ann Arbor, you're feeling dangerous, right? Feeling very, very dangerous. Because Michigan, they've kind of got this Navy SEAL psychopath to them as a culture. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care about the spread. It's 20-something points against Ohio State. Don't matter, go get it done. It doesn't matter if you got a quarterback that struggles to, at times now, to be kind, at times throw a forward pass. You won the game against Alabama throwing the ball for double-digit yards. Game against Ohio State, same thing. Like Ohio State and Michigan, Ohio State was the more talented team last year. From a roster perspective, if you don't believe me, go look at the national title game. Didn't matter. Michigan finds a way to get it done. Michigan won a lot of games last year with a pocket knife against good teams. That's a little bit gritty, a little bit morbid, but stick with me here. Won a bunch of games last year with a pocket knife. This year you're playing with a samurai sword. I mean, I ran into him and all I had on me was a samurai sword. You're not going to knock your Randy Jackson's autograph, right? I digress. You always felt like you were dangerous, but now you feel like you actually have the proper tools to go get the job done at the highest level because you were just gritting it out last year. Like the word I would use, the phrasing I would use for Michigan fans throughout the course of this entire offseason has been roster math. You've been doing roster math, right? Yeah, you lose some guys to the league. Nature of the beast. But you still feel great about that defense. Hey, we still got a lot of draft picks in the future on this defense. We still got the head honcho running the show, Wink Martindale. He's still running the defense. Okay, we're in good shape there. And then you look at what last year's offense was. And, I mean, what would you grade the offense a season ago? C+, like passing at times. Pun intended, but it wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't anything that was like the reason you're winning football games necessarily. And now you do the roster math of, well, you upgrade at quarterback. You got a different kind of offense you're calling with Chip Lindsey. Feel good about your backfield. What else is new? Sure, there's some questions on the offensive line, and you want to see your playmakers elevate, but like, were there any receivers that were just breaking the game open for Michigan a year ago? No. So if you're just even a touch better next season, like you're a B- territory, how good can Michigan be? And so when we talk about the culture for Michigan, that's where I think this gets very, very intriguing. Because I said the Navy SEAL edge to them, got some psychopath to them. They do a great job, I think, insulating themselves and keeping the belief in the building and not worrying about what everyone else is saying. The way that they start this season and the momentum they're able to get for a one Bryce Underwood, I think is the end-all, be-all for me personally. Like the first month of the season, I think will tell the story as to what Michigan can accomplish here at the end of the year. Because if you can just split, now I know you want them both, but just hear me. If you can just split the games against Nebraska and Oklahoma, you should feel good about being in a spot where you're 5-1, or I say 4-1 rather, when you play USC. If you beat USC, that's the big if. If you can beat USC and you're 5-1, you're staring down the barrel of playing Washington and Ohio State as your two toughest roster tests. Guess what? You get both at the crib. Okay, like if you tell a Michigan fan today, guess what? You play Ohio State with 2 losses, you're 9-2, and you got a chance to go punch your ticket to the college football playoff, more or less. Will you take that? They say absolutely every freaking time. Like last year, Michigan was hobbling in there to Columbus, national title team, still got it done. And so I'm just saying, I think if you're a Michigan fan, you say, just get us in the building. Get us in November with a chance to go make the college football playoff. We'll handle the rest. Because the November slate's not daunting. It's not. Ohio State's the only one you look at as a true roster test, but outside of that, like they're going to be in a really good shape. And so what it comes down to for me when you talk about like the confidence for Michigan, yeah, it should be in what the offense is going to be and the improvement there, and it should be in the defense. But I really think it does come down to just like the DNA of what Michigan football is and has been under Jim Harbaugh and continues to be under Sharon Moore. They just find a way. They major in what I call all the other stuff. Like, talent is one thing. They're continuing to up that level when it comes to how they acquire talent, but all the other stuff, situational football, culture, grit, like the stuff that just is cliches and coaches love to talk about during team meetings, they major in those things. And it's hard for someone like myself to break down because there's no X's and O's or any like super quantifiable metric to point to. But you see it with Michigan football in the fourth quarter against teams when they got them on the ropes or they got them in a close game. Michigan in deep water, there's not many teams that are a whole lot better. And I don't think it's going to be anything different here in 2025. So if you're a Michigan fan, if you're in that building, you don't care about the preseason chatter around who's going to win the Big Ten or who's going to make the college football playoff. You're just like, we like us. We think we're dangerous. We've always been dangerous, always felt that way, but now they got a little extra machinery to work with A1 Bryce Underwood, with a new offensive coordinator, new system, all that. And also, very, very quietly, I think Donovan McCulley, transferred from Indiana, is going to be a guy for them as well. So the Pulse at Michigan, they're feeling dangerous, woke up feeling dangerous, will go to sleep feeling dangerous, and in 2025, I expect that to be the tempo at which they operate at, and I can't wait to watch it. For Kane Smith and the ones and twos, myself, JD PicKell, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.